Apologies, I haven't got any slides, and I will be reading my notes off my phone, but nice to see some familiar faces over in the corner. Thank you. So yeah, my name's Emeka Nwadike, and I'm CEO of Reuse Technology Group. I've been in the industry, the secondary market industry, for over 25 years. I work as I say, I'm CEO of Reuse Technology, and we're an IC asset disposal company. So we focus on assets, networking, infrastructure assets, desktops, PCs, laptops, mobile, tablets, lots of different categories that we tend to deal with. And I took over as CEO in August last year, with the majority of my career spent in the used mobile phone industry since probably around the year 2000, so a long period of time. So I'm here to share my thoughts on secondary market opportunities as I see it. I really see that the most undervalued resource is what we've already produced, and that really goes in line with what the theme of the other talks were, which unlocks significant growth opportunities for all of us. There's millions of usable assets written off every year and left unused. Not really because the assets have no value, but there's no real established systems and lack of education on how to realise the value in a lot of the assets that are available. The secondary market is really, I do feel that there's a lot of growth left in the industry if we can really harness that and make the changes to make it happen. Really, why now? I think obviously historically we've always had a linear model, which is buy, use, throw away, which is unsustainable, breaking down, and doesn't appeal to the next generation of consumers and decision makers. The next generation have grown up buying and selling used items due to the success of platforms like Vinted, Depop, Back Market, and these are going to be the decision makers and the consumers of the future. In our generation, it was recycling was very early, but as time goes by, it's just going to become a bigger and bigger and bigger thing. The key pressures of the linear model that we see at the moment are we see supply chain instability. We've seen a shortage of raw materials, which we're all experiencing, from computer chips to memory, lithium, cobalt, and lithium for batteries in mobile phones. We're also seeing geopolitical instability, as we're seeing in the Middle East, among other areas of the world. So the supply chain for manufacturing is being hit. We're also seeing rising costs in manufacturing, wage inflation. We're also seeing EU regulation tightening, pushing companies to be more sustainable. As well as that, we're seeing a customer mindset shift. As stated previously, the next generation are open to using second-hand items, and an increasing number of people have now tried used, had positive experiences, and are now choosing used over new product. Also, the demand in the secondary market is consistently outgrowing demand for in the new market. We're seeing forecasts of growth year on year of between 4% and 6% in the used mobile industry, whereas growth in the new phones is pretty flat to 1% to 2%. So there's not much growth in those industries for the future. Even in Europe, which is one of the world's most advanced regions, we're operating at around a 12% circularity percentage, which means there's nearly 90% opportunity is still unrealised if we can really harness that. I'm personally seeing a customer shift, that circularity is not just a cost, but it's something that we really need to take seriously and really need to find a way to do successfully and monetize. The opportunity, that's what I'm here to speak about. I see really 5 main opportunities in the circularity space. The first one is, as mobile phones lead the way in the secondary space, because they have a high relative value when they're purchased. The average cost is obviously between £1,000 and £1,500. The high potential residual values as the purchase prices continue to increase, and a regular churn as users tend to change every 2 to 3 years. So there's a constant churn of those assets. Also, the size of the asset of a mobile phone means shipping is quite easy, also very cheap relative to the size and of the unit and the cost of the unit and the relative value of the unit. The fact that the vast majority of the inventory with mobile phone is premium models, so Apple and Samsung, whereas in a lot of other electronic categories, it's more varied across various different makes, models, premium to budget as well. And as a result of this, the market has developed far quicker than other secondary markets, creating a fast-moving, vibrant, volatile trading environment. What we get with that is that there is lower barriers to entry to this market, which means increased competition, reducing margins, and reduced profitability. The negative impacts of that are quality in service and consumer confidence. The opportunity here is taking learnings from the developed part of the industry, i.e. the mobile phone market, and then applying these to other categories where there is more opportunity to really drive the circular economy and circular market in these territories. I really see enterprise and the corporate market as a key driver. I feel that this differs from the consumer, as buyers and sellers are not emotionally attached to the purchase, whereas they are when they've bought it with their own money. And a premium is placed on quality and ease. So it's a very service-based business, which then leans to more margin percentage, more opportunity. These factors offer higher opportunities for healthy margins and positive profitability. We're seeing lots of volume with end users that haven't really got an idea of what to actually do with these items. And currently, distributors, manufacturers, resellers, on the whole, are not really interested or set up to take these items back at the end of life. They don't see the value in these items at end of life and focus predominantly on selling new units. The third opportunity I see is revenue expansion. The secondary market is not the same as recovery. I think historically it's been very much based on recovering parts, which isn't very profitable and is quite hard work, whereas we need to change and start to see it as a revenue opportunity. Businesses adopting circular models are already seeing profit margin increases of over 20% within a few years. So it isn't just sustainable thinking, it's turning into smart, sustainable commercial strategy. The old mindset will continue to change, where we start seeing return items as inventory, surplus stock as opportunity, and decommissioned items as items that can be redeployed. A prime example of this is the joiners, movers, leavers solutions that we offer alongside a lot of companies, where we manage inventory on behalf of our partners. We ship to users, collect items from leavers, repurpose that equipment, and then redeploy to new users. So changing perspectives from what historically these organizations saw as a loss, we're now turning that to unrealized margin to the business by choosing a more circular model. Our main focus is really unlocking value, extending life cycles, creating new revenue streams, and really providing solutions to our partners that add real value to the bottom line. Sustainability, I really see sustainability as a big advantage. Historically, it's ESG. It's been seen as a bit of an acronym, but will be increasingly important as the years go by. Getting ahead of the game is a big opportunity, as reuse models can reduce emissions by up to 80% compared to single-use systems. So in future, sustainability will be a commercial objective as environmental targets. I also see opportunity in the ecosystem and infrastructure is one of the things that Fergal was speaking about. The secondary market needs systems in order to develop. Other opportunities around processing and refurbishing services, reverse logistics, testing, certification, legislation, distribution, and automation. I feel they're big areas that that over the years are going to become increasingly important. And the main thing is, if trust grows, the market grows. So we really need to work at how we can build trust through enterprise, through consumers, through all different channels in order to build confidence in the market to enable to increase those volumes of items being traded in. The final area is data and intelligence. We all appreciate that the future is going to be data-driven, and that has really been as a result of the rapid development of AI, which is really accelerating this. What we need to know as in the industry, in the secondary market, is what the assets are, where they are, what condition they are, and what value those assets hold. In fact, nearly 70% of the economic value today comes from managing existing assets, not producing new ones. The opportunity here is not just to simply move product, but also move information, as that's where the real long-term value is. I really see the barriers to all this is quality concerns. Obviously, there's a lot of quality concerns in using used devices, lack of standardization, pricing uncertainty, inconsistent supply, market complexity, and really on the enterprise side, higher barrier to entry to the market, and longer customer incubation periods. And importantly, we can't recycle our way out this problem. Effective reuse is really the solution. Traditional recycling alone addresses only a fraction of the global waste. And really, these aren't reasons to wait, they're reasons to really get involved in the market and lead. As I'm seeing a shift firsthand in assets outperforming expectations, supporting businesses and building reuse strategies is a key to the future, I think, for a lot of businesses if you want to be successful as time goes on. And the conversation has to be moved from, can we reuse these items, to why wouldn't we? We live in a world with finite resources and ever-increasing expectations. We're currently operating with a system that is around 12% circular at the moment, which means the majority of the value is still being lost and not being utilised effectively. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Any questions apart from anyone over there?